Good evening, my friends. My name is Lord Victor Fleming, and it is my distinct honour and privilege to be able to read to you some of the nominations and award winners in tonight's Short Bus to Insanity Film Festival.
Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here from The Final Cut, and I had the privilege of being one of the judges here for the Short Bus to Insanity Film Festival.
It is my pleasure to introduce you now to the nominees in the category Best Editing. Raquel Moriera for Entree. Janet Mason for Libby Girl, Online and Surprise. Dane Neves for Giant Monsters Attack Hawaii. Rob Sepulveda for The Year of the Ox. Josh Stevenson for Leaf Blower Massacre. Christopher Carla for Director's Cut. Jesus Narvaez for Dark Tenant. David Holcomb for Death of a Cyber Salesman. James Peterson for The Dead Will Draw. James Corlock for Living Deadhead. And Steve Galeda for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. And the winners. In third place, James Peterson for The Dead Will Draw. In second place, Steve Galeda for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. And the winner in the category Best Editing, Raquel Moriera for Entree.
Hey all your movie maniacs out there, for all the filmmakers that I get to talk to, every one of them says you need to start with a good screenplay before you can make a good movie. And the nominees on tonight's list are definitely proof of that. Here are the nominees for Best Screenplay. First we have Maxwell O'Perry in Giant Squid. Ron Sepulveda and Grant Anderson for The Year of the Ox. Aaron Boyd and Jesus Narvaez for Dark Tenant. David "The Rock" Nelson for Mummy AD 1993. Tiago Inacio for Entree. James Bach for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. Claire Fluff Llewellyn for Director's Cut. James Corlock for Living Deadhead. Rory Leahy for Death of a Cyber Salesman. Jacob Ragul for The Dead Will Draw. Anthony Cooney and Josh Stevenson for Leaf Blower Massacre. Nick Krajcek for Night of the 1%. Dane Neves for Giant Monsters Attack Hawaii. And finally, Randy Lee Beasley for Whom I Fear. And now, the winners of the Best Screenplay category are... For third place, we have a tie. We have Claire Fluff Llewellyn for Director's Cut and James Bach for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. And then, in second place, we have Ron Sepulveda and Grant Anderson for The Year of the Ox. And finally, the winner for Best Screenplay is Tiago Inacio for Entree.
And now, my friends, I would like to read to you the nominations in the category Best Effects. Maxwell O'Perry for Planet of the Brainsuckers and Giant Squid. Christopher Carler and Bonnie White for The Year of the Ox. Stephen Galeda for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. Sam Sheehan for Entree. Giovanni Parks for Giant Monsters Attack Hawaii. Christopher Carler for Director's Cut. Tony Wash and Sarah Sharp for The Dead Will Draw. And David Rock Nelson for Mummy AD 1993. And the winners. In third place, Giovanni Parks for Giant Monsters Attack Hawaii. In second place, Sam Sheehan for Entree. And the winner in the category for Best Effects, Christopher Carler for Director's Cut.
Hello everyone, Mark the Movie Man, and this time around I have the honor of announcing to you the Best in Cinematography nominees. Yes, that's right, you can have the greatest director and the most fantastic actors, but if you don't have the guy behind the camera know what he's doing, your film still could be unsuccessful and not look the best. And let me tell you that tonight's nominees definitely prove that they know how to work a lens. Here are the nominees for the Best Cinematography category. We have James Peterson for The Dead Will Draw. Anna Baron for Dark Tenet. Basil Al-Safar for Entree. Christopher Collar for Director's Cut. Ron Sepulveda for Year of the Ox. Steve Galeda for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. Paul Saladino for Whom I Fear. Caleb Bordeaux for Night of the 1%. And finally, David Holcomb for Death of a Cyber Salesman. And here are the winners for the category of Best Cinematography. For third place, David Holcomb for Death of a Cyber Salesman. And for second place, James Peterson for The Dead Will Draw. And finally, the winner for Best Cinematography is Basil Al-Safar for Entree.
And now, my friends, it is my distinct privilege to introduce you to the nominees for the award for Best Actress. Vanessa Guimarães for Entree. Kelsey Zukowski for The Year of the Ox. Julia Farrell for Dark Tenet. Nora Best for Death of a Cyber Salesman. Claire Fluff Llewellyn for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned and Director's Cut. Anita Nicole Brown for Leaf Blower Massacre. And Libby Girl for Online and Surprise. And no one will be more surprised than Libby Girl. And the winners. In third place, Anita Nicole Brown for Leaf Blower Massacre. In second place, Claire Fluff Llewellyn for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. And the winner and Best Actress is Vanessa Guimarães for Entree.
And now it's time to read the names of the nominees for Best Actor. Starting off, we have Lloyd Kaufman in Attack of the Robot Nazi. Tommy Diablo from Living Deadhead. Alex Gomez from Entree, Shaun Wade and Ed Wolf from Death of a Cyber Salesman, Happy Dave from Director's Cut, Tim Pollard and Ron Firegeisen from Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. Then we have Ron Fitzgerald from both Dracula's Orgy of the Damned and Year of the Ox. David Rock Nelson and Andrew Moritz from Mummy AD 1993. Jimmy Chung from The Year of the Ox. Darren Marlar from Whom I Fear. And finally Dan Berg from The Dead Will Draw. And now, the winners in Best Actor category for the Short Bus to Insanity Film Festival are... In third place, we have Ron Fitzgerald, Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. And in second place, Alex Gomez for Entree. And finally, the winner in Best Actor category, Shaun Wade for Death of a Cyber Salesman.
And now, it is my privilege to read to you the nominees for Best Director. Christopher Carla for Director's Cut. Janet Mason for Libby Girl, Online and Surprise. Tiago Inacio for Entree. Anthony Cooney and Joss Stevenson for Leaf Blower Massacre. Rob Sepulveda for The Year of the Ox. James Bach for Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. Maxwell O'Perry for Giant Squid. Jacob Regul for The Dead Will Draw. David Bradburn for Night of the 1%. And Randy Lee Beasley, Whom I Fear. And the winners. In joint third place, Anthony Cooney and Joss Stevenson for Leaf Blower Massacre, and Christopher Carla for Director's Cut. In second place, Maxwell O'Perry for Giant Squid. And the winner of the award for Best Director, Tiago Inacio for Entree.
Well, we've reached that final point in the evening, folks. The final category tonight, which is the best of the fest. Yes, we've laughed, we cried, we've seen blood spilt, and we got to see what dogs do behind closed doors. But now is the time to announce the nominees for the best of the fest. And here they are. Libby Girl, Surprise! Night of the 1%. The Year of the Ox. Entree. Director's Cut. Mummy AD 1993. Dracula's Orgy of the Damned. The Leaf Blower Massacre. Giant Monsters Attack Hawaii. And finally, Death of a Cyber Salesman. And the winners for the best of the fest for the Short Bus to Insanity Film Festival are... In third place, we have Leaf Blower Massacre. In second place, Libby, Surprise! And finally, the winner to the Best of the Fest of the Short Bus to Insanity Film Festival is Entree. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you folks for a lovely evening. Hope you had a great time, and back to you, Claire.